What's up? I'm on Perfect World, all that good stuff. My day is going pretty good. Hopefully yours is. You can always leave a comment on that if you wish. At what cost are you willing to pay to be successful upon a day? Or not to be? That is a choice that's up to you, not me. Have you ever asked yourself that question before? At what cost? At what cost would you do what it is that you do? Would it be something if it costs too much? Would it be something you chose not to do? Or is that even part of your view? Many times people do not know what it takes to be what it is they wish to be. At what cost do you and will you pay to be what it is you wish to be? Or for what it is you wish to see? Is it something you're willing to pay or not? Your results show that upon this spot. Results are hard to come by, especially if you're not willing to pay the cost for them to be possible. With enough effort, anything is possible. But there's always a cost. Maybe it is sleep or other things that might be lost. But the biggest question about this cost: are you willing to put a piece of yourself that will be lost? If it is that you are not willing to pay this cost. For when it is you wish not to pursue this aspiration that has come to you, you lose a little bit of you. The joy and other things that you could have had. The lessons and other things that you should have had. The opportunities that you never knew were there. The happiness that if only you act would have been there. Are you willing to pay this cost? To not know what positive you could have lost. The proof is in the pudding. If you wish to know, then actions is the only way to go. But if you care less and do not wish to know, you will wish you did when it is that regret happened to show. Trying hard weighs a lot, but regret weighs about 10 times as much upon that spot. If not more. Is that a cost you'd be willing to pay for not acting on your aspiration upon this day? Does not necessarily mean it's a business idea or something that will change another person's life. It can be merely just looking for love in this life. Is this a cost you'd be willing to pay? Or will you live with regret at the end of your days? So at what cost? If everything that you, because of lack of action, you have lost, was it worth it? As this pointed stands, how much more cost are you willing to have lost? Meaningless. Some people think such things as this. Why is it that I should try? It doesn't matter what I do. I will get nowhere, regardless what it is I do. Why would it be that that would be true? Is it that you think that way? About the person you call you? When only for but a moment, did you ever think to believe in yourself for just a moment? All the amazing feats you've ever seen. Would they be possible if that is what that person happened to believe? So what will it cost? Maybe you're not brave. That can be learned. It can be practiced. Maybe you're not a risk taker. You take a risk every time you go to breathe. Every time you go to get something to eat. Every time you get in your car to go to work, you take a risk. Every day you lay your head down, you have a risk. That is the last time you will lay your head down. You do not take risk, you say. You take 'em regardless if you know you do or not upon this day. Would you rather just live not knowing, not caring, not your strength happen to be showing, or a weakness that you know you need to work on? Regardless, unless you do actions, it will always be there and never be gone. The result is up to you. So at what cost? Are you willing to act or not to do? The cost of what is allotted to you. These things are entirely up to you. And at the cost of what is gained. Without actions, the result remains the same. Many say, I do not wish to try. What is the point of me to try? Wish to reveal something to you? If it is, that is what you do. And you say you do not care, then why is it that I hear moo moo moo? Or another, other than myself? If it is something you actually care about, you will complain upon the fact, will you not? Do not lie to yourself. You have the strength within yourself. And if you cannot do it alone, then find another. Sometimes it is, you must lean upon your brother. Many tasks cannot be done alone. Can be done well, but not as good. But also, you got to find someone that has an attitude just as good. Knows what it is that you do. Best way that they can actually help you. If it is that they think they can, but they know nothing, then the real question is, technically can, or can they not? Are you willing to pay the price? Or the cost? To know what it is that you may have lost. Does that bother you? You know, if you would act, that would not bother you. For you would know what it is. Try to act. If it is not an action that is needed, then do whatever it is that happens to be needed. Not all have to do actions. Some merely say what it is, or convey what it is that they need to say at the moment, at that appointed day. Or merely by how it is you help a friend in that day. Or someone you may not know. You may never know if you get to see that person again. You may not know where it is they're from. At what cost will you choose to lose what it is that could be your friend? You never know what it is that you could be. At what cost are you willing to see? Are you willing to actually do something? Or do you expect it to be handed to you without any actions or whatever is required? At what cost? Maybe the fact that a friend's willingness has been lost, or an opportunity for someone to show how it is that they could be, but because of the fact they did not see what it is that you were to do, something that was only able to be affected by you. Is that a cost you'd be willing to pay? To know that you affected someone negatively upon this day? Not knowing that that was even possible at that point of time. More concerned on what you thought you could not do at that time. But why would it be that it came to you, when it was that you were not capable and able to do? Does that make any sense to you? Doesn't to me. At what cost? A possible good friendship that you, without knowing, you have lost? Maybe a lover that you will never meet, because of the fact your actions do not allow you to meet. Or the lack of. If there is someone that you would meet that changed your life at the very moment you happen to meet, but the actions, in order for you to be able to meet, were not fulfilled, would that make you ill? To know that there was a missed opportunity of someone that only if you acted you would see. Or someone that you could have affected will no longer be able to be affected, merely by the fact you choose to just sit back and not do what it is you know that is that. Is that a cost? You're willing to not know what it is? Why would it be that you would want to do this? not always easy to know that you have greatness within you and you choose to not let it show. The harder it is, the bigger the reward, is it not? The bigger the risk, the bigger potential reward from engaging in the risk. Is that a cost you're willing to pay? By choosing not to act, you pay that every day. Some people are miserable all the time, and they do not understand why it is they're miserable all the time. You're paying something you should not. If you were to perform actions that would go away upon this spot, you're unhappy about something you have not done, that you know in your heart you're the only one that can get it done. Small example of this daily cost that is done. The cost of not acting is regret. But the cost of acting is knowing that you tried. Which one would you rather pay? The regret or knowing that you tried? You pay one of them every day. The question is, which one is it that you pay upon this day? So at what cost? Are you willing to abandon something that should not be lost? If it's as if you do not have resources to do what it is you wish to do, maybe gathering the information can help you. Sometimes ones wish to do certain things, but they, for whatever reason, think they need certain things. But what do you need more than a possessional thing to do what it is that you wish to do with your dream? You need the information first. Practice what it is you need to do first. Even if you do not have. It is better to be prepared for an opportunity you do not have than have one and not be prepared. give you a small example so you may understand what I mean. Let's say you plan events, but you do not know when and where and how this event will happen. Do you get all the information, the connections, to ensure on short notice it can happen? Or do you sit and wait until the opportunity happens to be there? And then you're in a scramble because you have no information on how to, in a short time, get there. Be prepared for what it is. Do not think that if you have the opportunity, you'd be able to do that. Another good example of such things as this. If a dentist does not know what it is they must do, they do not go to the school so they can know. How good of dentists, in the end, will they show? Now, this one will be a bit longer than my usual, but you'll have to give me a second, because my mouse just went out. That's why I'm standing there. I'll be back in a second. Unexpected things can happen in a split second. Are you prepared to deal with them as it is that you need to? Like short keys to do what I just happened to do. Do you have such things available to you? Or is it you just wait? Do not know the information to do what it is you wish to do at that place. Like, for example, as well. I already have everything set up. For my mouse as well. All I had to do is reach to get it. Still equals the unexpected. You never know what it is you might have to deal with, the unexpected. Is that yet another cost you're willing to pay? Or would you rather be successful upon this day? It's not always easy to be fully prepared. But as long as you know what it is you need to do to be prepared. But to scramble to do what it is that you need to do. Is this the best business plan that is able to be came up by you? Does that make any sense to do such things as this? And you pay a cost when it is you choose to do this. You may not know it, but you do. Maybe certain ones think because of such things, you're unprofessional in these things. Does that help you get to where it is you wish to be? So this idea or aspiration you wish for the world to see, have you spent the time to know what it is you must do? Have you practiced, even if the items you say are needed by you are not something that you're able to get? You realize you can still do. But what would happen if you had the items that you say you need? Would you be more prepared than one that happens to think about the information they might need? Or will you be stuck in second place because you did not use this in this place? Not always easy to know what it is you must do to be where it is that you wish to be for what it is you do or wish to do. Only way to know is by looking for the best example of what it is that your idea shows. The closest possible thing to what it is that is unique to you and the idea or aspiration. Study ones that do something similar to your aspiration. You will find certain traits that they do. But then, if you look around as well, you'll find out ones that are in that field all do the same thing. Do you wish to be within that field? Do you do what it is that is required or best idea to do? Just a small example. If it is that you do not have, there is much information you have yet to have. That you technically need to be where it is you wish to see. That's why I said, actions are not always the thing you must do. Maybe first, information is acquired by you. Still an action, but not a physical kind of thing you do. Has this perspective ever been brought to you? To know what it is that you could do. but instead, a price is paid by you. A cost of everything and all the time you may have lost. Are you willing to pay such things? For the information that you could have gained? But then, when you start, because of the lack of information you happen to gain, it's almost as if your result is before you started. It remains the same. Such a cost that you pay when it is you do not prepare yourself for a future day. Knowing what to do can apply to that as well. But studying someone that does what it is you wish to do just as well. If not better. Does that possibly make you better? To study. To learn what it is that you do not know. Find out how, where, or when is the best time for you to show. Finding out, in truth, these things you say you need are things that only at the last do you actually need. Just an excuse of why you do not. Have you ever seen someone that is willing to do such things? Above and beyond what it is that is expected. Getting all the information. Practicing as they're trying to get what it is they might need, other than the information. And then when they actually do, those are the ones that bring the awe to you. Practicing it until they cannot get it wrong. Practicing hard and long. The price that they choose to pay. The cost they already know upon the first day. If they wish to be successful in what it is they wish to do, they know, acquire information before it is you choose to do. Practice what it is that you might need before the things that you think you need. Never know if maybe it might be cheaper than what you see at first. Or maybe someone else happens to wish to upgrade, so they help you first. But what if there was someone that was about to do that, but they did not see the actions, so they chose not to do that? Why would someone help someone to be what it is they wish to do if they see no actions upon what it is they wish to do? Is that a cost that you're willing to pay? Because you were not prepared when you should have been by that day. Say, can't help you upon this day. Wish to actually help one that is already prepared for when the opportunity is there. They are already prepared. Or say it is something that maybe someone might, or at least you try to get someone to invest. Do you think they'll invest in someone not prepared? Or one that is, knows the inside and out of whatever it is? But first, that information must be acquired. Even if you think, at first, the items are the ones that need to be required. Or in the midst of searching for such things as this, you find information on easier ways to get what it is you think you need. But if you do not search, this cannot be seen. At what cost? Of your dream being lost? Every day you choose not to act in some way or another, you pay this cost. Or you do not, and nothing is lost. But it is only gained. In the process, though, many people may turn their back. Or be consumed by it is the way you did that. Whatever that may be. The proof if you're willing to pay this cost. One way or another, either you're successful and nothing is lost. But there is still, even if you do this, there is a cost. The work and effort. But if you choose not, the cost is different. It is regret of what you did not try to achieve because you thought you could not do. Why is it that when you doubt yourself, you. Do you think that you are less? Do you think that you are incapable to get? If you settle for nothing but what it is you wish, that is what it is you get. But if it is you choose not to pay this cost, everything you could have been, everyone you could have met, all lessons that you could and are willing to get will not come your way, and that is your final cost upon that day. Well, that looks like all the time I have for now. So, until next time,